Hi, I'm Tom Blomqvist. I'm driver of the number 66 Meyershank Racing, and here we are in beautiful Long Beach. The good thing in go-karting, you didn't have your parents in your ear when you're out there, so that was good. Just when you got back to the pits. I was fortunate enough, I guess, to grow up in a family that was around motorsport. I've been around motorsport since I came out of the womb. My father was in the sport. He was quite a successful rally driver. I grew up in the UK. I moved to New Zealand when I was about 6 years old. And yeah, I just got an introduction one day to go-karting. We were just visiting a local go-kart track. Some people recognized my father and they offered us to go in a go-kart. And I think from that day onwards, it was, yeah, there was no looking back. 2009, I moved to Europe, back to Europe from New Zealand to try and progress that career, make something of it. And I started, Formula Renault, Formula 3, and kind of through the ranks until 2015, where I became a professional driver. So yeah, very fortunate, I guess, to still be here 9 years later, still earning a living from it. I know this track quite well. I've been here, a couple of years now in the IMSA sports car series. So it's my first year in the NTT IndyCar series. So it's a lot to learn in terms of the car. But this is actually one of my favorite events. We always get so many people coming out to see the race and the event, which is fantastic. And obviously it's cool to be in the city, right? We're so, we're downtown here in Long Beach. Yeah, no, it's just such a good event. And street tracks are always, they're fun. Right? There's no room for error. You can't get away with many mistakes, if not any at all, which always keeps you on your toes, and you're a little bit more tense in the car. It generally feels a bit hotter. The walls definitely make it feel like it's a little bit more intense out there. It's got actually a really long straight, which is kind of unusual for a street track. So in terms of the setup, there's a few different ways you can go. But yeah, and also that super tight hairpin, which is it's crazy tight. There's actually a bit of work to get around that thing. So, the cars don't like to go around super tight corners like that. So yeah, it's actually quite a challenging circuit actually. And also the fountain section, it's very unique, but it's a cool race, cool event. I mean, obviously everyone wants us to be passing left, right and center. These cars are big cars, they're quite quick cars. They've also got quite a fair amount of downforce, which means when you're behind a car, that takes away air that's going onto your wings to push your car into the ground, so you're losing grip. So the guy in the head always, has a grip advantage basically. So you really have to have a bigger pace advantage. You can't be going around doing the same lap times. So the guy behind really needs to be quite a bit quicker. We also have things like overtake. We have a button that gives us 50 more horsepower to help us, in those situations. But you can also use that to defend from the car behind. So, most things are done around pit stops and being on different tires, or if one guy's tires are wearing out more than the other. So yeah, you got to be really on your toes. I'm very fortunate to be doing what I'm doing, right? I grew up doing this for fun at the end of the day. I was aware that there was a possibility of, making a profession out of it because of my dad. So, I didn't go into it thinking, I'm just gonna do this for a while and then pack it up. The goal was always to try and make something of it. So yeah, I obviously love coming to work every day. We would race for free, but we get paid for all the, the stuff around it, right? So yeah, very fortunate to do what I do. And there's not too many complaints. I mean, complain about my life or my job, to be honest. So yeah. Short-term goal, I think for me is, like I said, I'm new to this series. I still have a lot to learn. The cars are, very different to what I've been used to driving over the past couple of years. So it's taken me time to adapt to that, to extract the performance. So yeah, I got a short-term goal in trying to just kind of better yourself every weekend. So you want to start getting to those top 10s, fighting for those positions, and then going from there, like medium-term out. So yeah, just trying to make the most of this opportunity.